Ich war kein Thief, Football class, we're here to light the fire. Spitting facts and stats, you know we never tire. Bringing the heat up, that action won't retire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
And welcome back to another episode of the Light the Torch podcast. I'm your host, B. Jones, and I got the squad with me. So, as you guys know, I had a huge game on Sunday. Sorry, we are just now getting to you. But, we didn't have any voices left so after that game, and then some were still traveling. So, we're here before you today. Of course, we got our boy Carter with us. It's only right to have him back for the post game since he was here at the pregame. Without further ado, let me introduce you to the crew. We got to the left, we got none other than Mr. Trojan Famous Blackie Chan. And to the right of me, we got Carter, as mentioned before, Carter Sports. Make sure you go give him a follow if you are not following already. And the left of me, below, we have bottom left, we have Mr. Raul Flores. Follow him on Twitter and X. None other than the legendary Mr. Gunner Atterbury, our QB for the Cal Southern Centaurs. And you can find him here on Views from the Stands right here on YouTube and on Twitch. So, how y'all feeling, man? Talk to me.
We feeling like we in the building.
Can y'all talk?
Yeah. I'm feeling 11-1 like. I'm feeling like 11 wins this season.
Right. Looking a little more likely, huh?
It was a great Monday morning for me. I ended up going to the Caesar's Palace buffet, had some gumbo for breakfast and gumbo for lunch. I was trying to look for those LSU fans, couldn't find them. As you can see, my voice sounds a little raspy. It's because we were hyped on the game, so it's a great time.
Right.
Yeah, like
so
my
what
voice
kind of
hasn't
gumbo
recovered.
What kind of gumbo was that, bro?
The tiger gumbo. The tiger wasn't ready for the fist fight.
Nope.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm still hyped from Sunday, man. I've been going to sleep with a smile on my face since.
Mm-hmm.
So.
How many times has y'all rewatched the game? Over, under, 2 times?
Over.
I watched it twice so far. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I've watched probably like 2 times, maybe 3 times. It's been like segments.
Yeah, no, I watched it on the plane ride home. I watched it again today. So, yeah,
I watched it. I've watched it 3 times already. Rewatched the game. Just looking at the highlights, it was a real moment. It was the best game I've been to myself live. So it's a great time. The crowd was electric. ESPN could quit saying their BS that it was 70-30.
Right.
It was more 50-50 to me, the crowd. The LSU fans were loud, but the SC fans were loud as well. So it was a great time. And at the end of the night, you could hardly hear any LSU fans. They were walking down, heads down. They were ready to leave, catch that plane, like my thing says. It was a long flight for those LSU fans.
Yeah.
A long flight.
Let me just say this right now. I'm extremely proud of the Trojan family, man. When we got there earlier in the week, Friday, it was looking kind of gloom, man. It wasn't you didn't see too many Cardinal and gold jerseys up there. But Camp Sunday, man, we was out there. We was there. We was packed the stadium out, man. And not only did we show up, we showed out, man. We knew LSU would be in there loud, with their chants. But Trojan family was right there with them, man, right there matching their energy. So they was loud, we was louder. And I was pretty, impressed by the Trojan family, man. How we showed up and supported our guys.
Yep. Yeah, AZ had some really good seats from what he was saying in the in the Inside Troy podcast. He had some good seats, like using the row 100s or whatever. I was like, dang. But that we were at a few points we were louder than LSU fans because they were quiet.
Yep. So we showed up on every level, man. They told us they was going to outnumber us. We made sure that wasn't true. They told us they was going to out-physical us. We made sure that wasn't true. Trojan family as a whole, man. Team and fans, man. We handle business.
And our band was way better than their band.
Oh,
you couldn't even hear their band.
Not even close. Our band was way better. So overall.
Yeah, it got into a little argument about that too.
On our side.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like it was insane how we showed up as well. So
and then I gotta say this, I'm sorry, Gunner, I won't put you on the spot, but Gunner was punking a few LSU fans out there.
Yeah. See, y'all was worried about me and Raul, man. And Gunner and Blackie Chandler, what you had to worry about.
Yeah, like I don't know, like okay, LSU fans, they were respectful for the most part, the ones that I dealt with, except for one douchebag.
It's always one.
Yeah, I probably would have went to jail that night. So.
All right. All right.
Oh yeah, is that you, Quinn? Okay, was that? I'm sorry, I couldn't remember your name, but yeah, on my way up to my spots, you spotted me. I'm assuming that's you that spotted me walking up the stairs.
Oh, speaking of, we did have one of our viewers ask me, why didn't you run your 40, Blackie Chan?
No, because you didn't ask me to.
Now, okay, I will say this though. We gave him the benefit of the doubt. We gave him a pass because it was his anniversary this weekend as well.
It was.
So, I don't know why he
there
didn't
was
tell
a
us
lot of stuff going on. It was my anniversary. It was my sister's birthday, and then she also just got engaged too. So
still ain't never too late.
Congratulations.
Hey,
we still need that.
Ken, I will ban you.
Hey, it's got to happen at some point, bro.
It will.
And I need you to do the cone drill.
You want me to tear my ACL?
I want your splits. I want your 40-40 splits.
Hey, hold on, Blackie Chan. You're not the only one. I didn't see no field goals going up either.
Yeah, Raul.
Hey, I told Lincoln Riley I was ready for one kick. You would have put me in there. I would have
used that
knocked
kick at halftime.
Yeah, that was a chip shot. I would have made that, but it's all right. He made up for it. Kicker made up for it. And one thing, I'll say this. We were getting touchbacks. We weren't seeing that last year.
Bro.
So that's awesome to see.
We'll talk about that here. And should we get into the quarter?
Why not jump to it?
No. Receipts. Why are we doing receipts?
Receipts, there's a lot of them, and I can't pull them all up at one time. So we can do that a little bit later. So we'll finish with those because those are the sweet ones. Those are sweet. All right. So, oh my God, I sound like a smoker. First quarter, guys. Offensive and defensive reactions and grades. We'll start with Carter.
Well, the offense, I was like, we got to finish. The defense was looking great. I mean, the first quarter ended 0-0. Nobody didn't score to the second quarter. But what I didn't like, it seemed like LSU had kept the ball the whole first quarter. Then we only one possession in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was kind of worried. Like, hold on, they holding the ball, they dinking and dunking. I thought they was gonna eat up the clock on them. So I was good about the defense. I like that goal line stance we had, but I was kind of worried they was gonna keep the ball away from us. So after the first quarter, Carter was nervous.
Right.
What grades would you give both the offense and defense?
The offense didn't do nothing, so I'll give them like a C. I
Well,
get a defensive A though.
this
For the
is not
first-
just for the first quarter. This is for the whole game.
Oh, the whole game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The offense, I get an offense a B plus. We left some points out there. I feel
Okay.
like we left probably at least like 10 points out there. We left a touchdown out there. Then another play where we got a field goal. We could have got the touchdown, but Jacoby Lane had that penalty, so it backed us up.
Yeah.
And I say a B plus on defense too. I feel like we didn't even play our best game. That's what's scary about our team. I feel like we scary, bro. We scary because I don't even feel like we even played our best on both sides, and we still should have won by at least 10 points.
Yep.
Okay. Guns, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, my reaction offensive wise, kind of what I expected. I didn't think we were going to, like, honestly put up 40 points or whatnot. My prediction was like 31, so we're obviously pretty close there. I actually thought the offensive line played better than I kind of anticipated, honestly. Even from a run game standpoint, I thought there were still going to be some issues there, honestly. Defensively, kind of what we've kind of been talking about, but just seeing it in person and live. I mean, that was just a different animal, I guess you could say, and it was really great to see. I mean, it's pretty amazing what a team can do with the new coaching change, new philosophy, new culture in terms of the defense. So, yeah, just still in awe, just honestly from Sunday. And yeah, for my grades, I would say offense, I would say a B plus in the range area. I would say defense. I mean, I'm going to say A minus. I think there's still some things you can improve on, but I mean, they're pretty almost perfect in my opinion.
Yep.
Raul?
Yeah, kind of what Gunner said, kind of what I expected myself too. The offense, I thought we weren't gonna be having super explosive plays like left and right like we've had over the past 2 years with Caleb. Obviously, it's Miller Moss. It was gonna be a little bit more, just being a little bit smarter, getting the passing a little bit faster. I think he averaged like 2 or 3 seconds. I think that's what they mentioned. So he's getting rid of the ball quickly. I did expect the O line to maybe potentially struggle a little bit, which was surprisingly, they didn't. I thought they held up very strong and they didn't really allow Miller Moss to get pressure. And I think he got 1 sack the entire game, maybe 2. But overall, I thought the offensive line did great. I would have liked the running game to be established a little bit better, have more consistency behind the running game. And then the wide receiver stepped up. Obviously, Karan Hudson with those 2 amazing catches. The one-handed catch. What are we calling that again? The catch.
The catch of the year.
The catch, and then
Maybe that really,
the last big catch at the end, right where he caught it. It's a spectacular catch as well. Not only did he did a spectacular catch, but he got hit with helmet to helmet, and he still held on to that ball, which was huge. So overall, I was happy with the offense. It was what I expected. The offense did get better as the game progressed. So I'll give it a B.
right.
And then defense, kind of what I expected as well. I thought we were going to be physical. We were going to be ready, prepared, and ready for that fist fight. But shout out to the O-line from LSU, whatever his name is. You weren't ready, but we were. And, they showed out. Mason Cott was physical. Gentry, for those giving him a hard time from being 226, he held his own. He was probably one of the better defensive players out there, if not the better defensive player throughout the game. So defense, I'm super happy about it. Obviously, that we played probably the best O-line we're going to face all year. So overall, I'll give the defense an A.
All right. No matter at all.
Kobe Jones.
For me, man, it was just a lot of confirmation this game. Start with Miller Moss, man. He is, I should say, the guy that we thought he was in the bowl game. he proved that it wasn't a fluke. That this is him. He's about that. So I was proud to see that. Um, man, I mean, the defense is just more than I even imagined. Of course, I told you guys I was very confident in our D line, but even they exceeded my expectations, man. I was not expecting Anthony Lucas to be, you know, to be punking 320-pound dudes, man.
Bro.
That's what I love to see, man. Anthony Lucas put himself on the map this game without even recording a sack. I don't think he had a sack, did he?
No, we
I
didn't
don't
have
think we
one
get a
sack.
sack. Did we
No,
get a
but yeah.
sack?
No, we
Nah,
didn't
he had
get one
plenty of
sack.
hurries though. He was on Nesmire's butt. But yeah, I mean, it's just a lot to look forward to. But at the same time, offensive side, we did leave some things on the board, which is expected in the game one. You know, we didn't bring our A game; we brought our B game. So I'm gonna have to give them a B. Defensively, there's still some things we need to tighten up. You know, there was really only one mishap in the run game, man. But aside from that, man, we look pretty good, man. You can see what's going to be happening. By the time we hit midseason form, man, I don't think there's a team in the country that's going to be able to mess with us. And I told you guys, man, Gentry is a problem every time he is on the field, and it don't matter where you put him, he's going to be an issue. He almost had a pick, man. He just, it was a step late. He peeked inside to check out the underneath route, and then he made his way over to the number two. But had he not done that, man, he for sure would have picked that ball off. I mean, the dude is 6'7" with a 40-inch vertical, man. So he's going to get a couple picks this year. The dude's trying to squeeze balls over his head. But shout out to Nussmeier, man. That was a good throw as well. So,
And for those in the chat, give us your grades. I see Gabe gave us a B for the offense, A- for the defense as well.
Yeah. Yeah. For the offense, Miller Moss, basically did what I expected of him. He did exactly what he needed to do. He protected the ball. He took what the defense was giving him. So that was definitely great. And everyone, or he put the world on notice because everyone just thought maybe this was a one and done situation with him against Louisville. But no, he definitely put everyone on notice. And what was it? I saw JD Piquel post something. He's like, the moment that you realize that Lincoln Riley has another quarterback that can play, and it was a funny give. Like it literally, like someone else said, like if Lincoln says you can play quarterback for him, you could play quarterback. So people need to stop downplaying. Oh, some of the Lincoln Riley's Heisman's like Baker Mayfield already came as a good quarterback, and same with Kyler Murray. No, they did not. They just got better because of Lincoln Riley. Like, sure, they may have done good at their previous location, but Lincoln Riley knows what he's doing. He knows how to develop quarterbacks. He knows how to make them really good. And so, offensive grade, I would give them a B minus B because the right side of our offense is still a little suspect. I'll give it. I've seen some people post about this, but Mason Murphy did kind of hold on that unbelievable catch from Chiron, but they held a lot too. So I'm not
just holding on every play, man.
Yeah, they was holding on every play because our defensive line was they were struggling with our defensive line, so they had to held. They just didn't get caught. But I don't know. I do want to see more of the run, because this team last year, this LSU team gave up a lot on the ground, and I was hoping that we'd be able to expose that, but we didn't. But Woody Marks did make a difference whenever he had that chance, though. Whenever we needed it, he pushed it in. So I'm glad we have Woody Marks. He's definitely going to be a crucial part for us.
Absolutely.
And then for defense, everyone who was shitting on Mason Cobb, where are you at? Because that man was playing grown man football. He was demolishing people.
I told y'all.
I told y'all, you guys need to forget what he did last year because it's all Grinch's fault. Everything that with this defense was Grinch's fault, and it shows. when they posted that video of everyone of like all the defensive staff coaching, you could see that out on the field, their coaching affected them on the field, and they were making plays all over the field. Like Eric Gentry, he made that saving tackle on the goal line as well, and uh, like EMA was making tackles, like everyone was making tackles. Kamari Ramsey, thank you UCLA for letting him go, or at least, well, they didn't let him go, but thank God that he chose to follow Danton Lynn, and like Danton Lynn, make him the highest paid defensive coordinator. I don't give a damn if this is just one game. Make sure he does not leave. Like we need to make sure he does not leave this place. Make him as high as paid as Lincoln Riley. I don't care because this man has like they posted him marching down the field. That's when you knew he was locked in. Same with Coach Henney. Like they were all doing the same thing, but this whole coaching from the defensive staff was amazing. And so I would just because we gave up a lot of scores, I'm going based off this game. I'm giving them an A because they killed it. Like no one was expecting this, no one, except for us. We were expecting it, but like it really showed, and from what a good coaching staff can do for this team.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I wanted to add. Hold on, B. Jones, my bad.
My fault.
I wanted to ask more things. Our defense, we violent.
Oh,
that's what I noticed. Like we some gangsters out there, and even the littlest dude out there, Jalen Smith, was coming down laying wood. How can we not talk about Jalen Smith?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jalen Smith he was killing.
Even our offense, y'all seen Lake McCree with that pancake?
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Lake
was balling out, man.
Lake, shout out to Lake. That man,
great.
like he tied for receptions on the team. Like he
yeah,
had
like
5 receptions.
Yeah. And then Mason Cobb laid out that
guard. Yeah.
Put him in his back.
Yeah. Like we are violent. We are not afraid to hit. Last year, I felt like we were very timid to go and lay the smackdown, but this year we want the smoke.
Yeah, Gate said that Cobb's not at practice today, but hopefully it's nothing serious. It's just rest day.
Yeah, if you're going to rest, this is the week to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a short week, so they need to rest.
Right. Jordan, you are a hater. I just want to let that be known.
Jordan, I'm sorry to bring this up, but weren't you guys struggling in the first half?
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying.
He must be talking about their team.
Nah, he's an Ohio State fan, man.
Nah, he's just joking.
Oh, he's an Ohio State fan?
He's an Ohio State fan, but he's our Ohio State fan, and we appreciate him.
That's our resident Ohio State fan.
They quarterback is scared to compete with Miller Moss. I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah. But yeah. All right.
Hey, and by the way, before we, I guess I can bring it up later. I was gonna say, I'll skip it. I'll wait till the end.
Oh, okay. All right. Quarter 2, second quarter, offensive and defensive player of the game, and also play of the game. And in the chat, let us know what you think was the offensive player and defensive player of the game and your favorite plays. Let's go reverse order this time. Let's go with B. Jones now.
Offensive, defense player of the game. Offensive, I'd like to go with Kyron, man. He made some huge catches and key catches, man. So it's a big time clutch. I mean, it's really a toss up between him, Miller, and Woody. You can throw Woody in there too, but I mean, as a whole, man, yeah, I'll probably have to give it to Kyron overall. He probably had the biggest catches, and of course, that catch would be my play of the game. Defensively, I'm gonna have to say EG, man. Just like I told y'all, man, EG is a problem on the field, and it's gonna be that way all season. And it would have been that way all season last year. Anyway, yeah. EG. You got to mention Kyle Ford as well, man. He's not getting enough love for his catches.
Yep.
that he pulled in. Along with our tight end as well. So
Lake McCree.
yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't think his name.
Kenneth, are you in here?
He's Ken's there.
All right. All right, Raul.
Shut up, Jay.
I'm gonna go with the unusual pick, but I'm gonna go Jonah Monheim as my offensive player of the game. Yeah, he held his
That's a good
own.
one.
He did great. It was a big upgrade from last year. So he did great for switching positions. I'm gonna have to give it a Jonah, and he showed out, and he's part of the reason why a lot of NFL teams are looking at him this year. I think a big part of why the O line had success this past game. And then defense, I have to go with Gentry too. I think you said Gentry, right? I can't remember,
Mhm.
but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Gentry. He stepped up. He had huge stops at the end. I think it was the 4th and 2 where he got him, or the 3rd and 2 or something like that. It was a short third down, and he stepped up and got the guy to behind the line and gave us a ball back to take the lead. So I'm gonna have to give it a Gentry.
All right, cool. Guns.
So my offensive player of the game, I'm gonna go Miller Moss. I mean, I think you can just say offense overall. Take any player really on that team, but yeah. And then my favorite play, and you can call it corny if you want, but the last play, the game-winning touchdown, the rushing touchdown, with I'm just celebrating. So I think I'm always gonna remember that play. To be honest, defense. I'm gonna say that fourth quarter, 3rd and 1 play. I think it was like 7 minutes left when we were down 4, where we got the stop, and obviously we got the ball back. I would say that's my big defensive play, and then I'm gonna give it to Cobb for my defensive player. I mean, EG, Lucas, Ramsey. I don't think someone said Ramsey. That guy
Yeah.
was spectacular. So yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
I don't think I said the play, but I'm gonna go with Kyron Hudson's catch at the end. Not the first one. Obviously, everybody loves the first one, but
Yeah.
the last catch was huge for us, and that's
Yeah.
what pretty much got us that W.
Yeah.
All right, Carter.
Yeah, offensive MVP. I'm gonna have to go. I got co-MVPs, the Miller Moss and the Kyron Hudson connection. Without that, we
Yeah.
probably gonna win this game, especially the last one. So I got to give it to both of them. Like clutch, they both was clutch. Um, Defense, man, I gotta go Kamari Ramsey. The more I was watching the game, that dude is legit. Like
Yeah.
Kamari Ramsey, he probably the best safety in college. Like the plays he was making, like watch that game again because when I was watching it at first sight, I thought that was the linebackers making some of them tackles in traffic. But Kamari Ramsey, he was coming up laying the wood. If he didn't make the tackle, he was bouncing it outside. I remember one play they had like a 3rd and 6, and they ran a little out route trying to get the little first down. He came way from the hash, the safety position, came down, hawked down, got the ball, stopped them, and made them punt. Like if he had a slight second hesitation on that play, they would have got the first down and kept moving the ball. So I'm like, man, you watch that game, Kamari Ramsey, he legit for sure. And then I'll just say the whole D line period. I got to give the D line love too. So I'll say Kamari Ramsey, his play with the D line play, we gonna win that game. Kamari Ramsey saved some plays in the D line. Braden Shelby saved the touchdown as well.
Yep.
So I gotta spread out the love. I gotta say I gotta say D line and Kamari. Then on offense, the Miller and Hudson connection. In the play of the game, I gotta go 2 with that. Both Kyron Hudson catches, especially the last one. Like the last one was it. Like he knew that the safety was coming down off the hash, about to blow him up. The DB tried to jam, but he missed the jam. So that's where they lost at. If the DB was able to jam Kyron, it wouldn't have been that little pocket to put it in there. So he beat the jam, caught the ball, and took the hit for us to get the win. That was the game right there. And that hit, well, that was a targeting too. So that made the game over just in one play.
Yep.
That was a great game, man. That was a great game, man. That was a beautiful game for a Trojan.
Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, B. Jones, you went, right?
Yeah, I think you're next.
Okay. For offense, okay, you all made some good picks. I'm going to go with Elijah Page. He held his own for his first official start since the bowl game, and he did not allow any pressure from his side. Like, it was insane because they, for the most part, they always had Harold Perkins on him, and he was holding his own. Like everyone was saying everyone needs to worry about Harold Perkins. He didn't have any. Yeah, exactly. He went MIA after the first quarter. Like he did nothing. So shout out to Elijah Page, and also just for the most part, and Jonah Monheim. He killed it as well. That man, he can play any spot on the defense, or I mean on the offensive line, and it shows. Like he's just an all-around dog. And then offensive play of the game. I want to say I will go with Woody Marks's touchdown at the end because we weren't running the ball at all, really, and we had 12 seconds left, and Lincoln Riley was like, because he was talking about, he was saying that Woody Marks is going to find that crease eventually, and he did, and it came at a crucial time because everyone was saying, "Oh, just down it, so we can set it up for a field goal." But Woody Marks was like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm going in and I'm winning this game." So I'm going to say that run by Woody Marks definitely sealed the deal for us. And then for
what? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and for defense, oh my God, like I want to say the whole defensive line because they kept our linebackers clean because this was the best offensive line that we're probably going to see, and they held them at a stalemate. Like they did not get to the second level at all unless the linebackers were blitzing. That's the only time that they touched the linebackers. And Kobe Pepe, he did what he was told to do. He stuffed the front. He did not let them touch the linebackers. And so he was probably their best friend at that point because like there was times where he was just holding their center at a stalemate. So this was a good coming out party for Kobe Pepe. And I know Raul's happy about that.
Yeah,
so
I'm telling you guys.
But like the whole defensive line just kept our linebackers clean because they would normally be pushed 5 yards back into the linebackers. So I want to cheat and just give it to the defensive line because they did what they needed to do. They may have not gotten any sacks, but they put pressure and they kept our linebackers clean. And that's what we needed because we saw what Mason Cobb could do. We saw what Eric Gentry could do. It's all because of the defensive line, and they were doing their job. And the play of the game, I will say, I'm going to give it to Braylon Shelby, the one where he took the defensive on that that like 8 minutes left, he got a 5-yard tackle for loss. That was probably the biggest tackle for loss that we've had in that whole game, and it came at a crucial spot. I know it was on like second down, and it wasn't like a big game changer portion of it, but it definitely like kicked it up into gear and helped us get that 3 and out for that drive.
Yeah, but you brought up a good point, BC. That D-line had that offensive line shook. I think he had 2 false starts, and he's the one that said he was ready for that fist fight. So
he was ready for a fist fight, but he wasn't ready for a war because he went to war and he lost that war.
Hey, in the double down on what Blackie, what you were saying about Kobe Pepe, he was drawing more double teams than Bear, bro. Like,
Facts.
watch it, man. Kobe, he was like an immovable object in the middle. I seen one time they had dudes on him. He still held the line.
Yep.
So man, we getting the Kobe Pepe we need. He
Yeah.
that true nose tackle, man. I'm happy he stayed. He's another guy. Everybody talking about Miller Moss staying. Kyron Hudson stayed too, and Kobe Pepe. Remember, he was in the portal for a minute.
Yeah.
Remember, but he didn't
Yep.
go nowhere. So I'm so happy he stayed, man, because he looking like that Jay Toll we needed. Because UCLA had that last year with Jay Toll in the middle, and that defense was able to function. See, D'Anton Lynn defense is best when his defensive line could play like that, right? So Kobe Pepe, that was a revelation, man. That's why I'm excited for this season, because all the talent that we got, that the question marks we had, everybody looked good. Everybody looked like they developed another level. Like I was saying about Melo Height, like I hope our whole defense looked like that, and it did. Like we had players playing like I ain't never seen them play like that. So it's like, man, if we stay healthy, man, we gonna be a problem. Like when we stay healthy, we gonna be a problem.
And honestly though, like I know we can't really do, or it's players of the game, but D'Anton Lynn, he worked his fucking magic to this defense, and like
Just
and then people need to people like Jakeem Stewart needs to see what Coach Henny did with Kobe Pepe and be like, okay, yeah, I'm getting developed here. I'm getting to the NFL.
I can tell you this, man. Guns and I just happened to run into the coaching staff as they were headed to the game. They were locked in, man. I'm talking about they were 1,000 yards there as they was walking. Didn't even blink, I don't think, man. they were ready, man. They were focused up, man. Players as well. Jonah ran into Jonah as well, man. They were locked in, man. You can tell they're like, yeah, Vegas, we can do this anytime. This is a business trip. You know what I mean? They were ready.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else want to add anything to this, or do we want to move on to the next quarter? But
I would just say just another play I kind of thought about while everyone was talking was the touchdown Jacoby. I mean, that was just a very accurate ball, and obviously a great catch as well in separation. So that was really cool.
Yeah, like that was a good what is called read by Miller Moss to go for that free play, because he had someone in the flat or whatever, but he chose to go for Jacoby and it paid off.
Yep. And you don't see that much as well with the free plays. I mean, especially NFL, but I mean, refs always like to try to stop the plays. So it was good.
Yep.
All right, guys, moving on to the third quarter. What did we learn from this game? Let's start with Guns.
So what did I learn from this game? Their defense is real. I mean, they're gonna put 100% effort into it. They're gonna be lined up correctly. They're gonna know their assignment. And I really don't have concern at the moment with them than previous years. So I mean that to me is a big thing. Also, Miller's a gamer. Dude's gonna be putting us in position pretty much every game. I have high confidence in him and his ability to give the ball. He's got weapons. It's pretty easy. Just get the ball to those weapons and let them do their thing. So, I think easily we are a playoff team. That's what we look like. Obviously, we still have to play these next 11 games out there, but yeah.
Yep.
All right, Carter.
what I learned is ain't nobody finna punk us. Nobody is punking us. We physical. That's what I learned. We physical. We violent.
Ooh.
And all that weight, all that muscle gain. I seen it on TV. I remember watching the game and just thinking like, man, I could feel the extra 1,400 pounds on this team, right? I could feel it. I learned that it ain't all hype. It wasn't coach speak. When they was saying they was going hard, they was going hard. Another thing I learned is we got a D coordinator that can make adjustments.
Yeah.
Kyron Lacey, 7 catches. I thought he was going to kill us, right? Achilles, you should have got that. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching that, thinking Achilles was going to get that, but we got a D coordinator that can make adjustments, and that's what we lacked last year. We lacked toughness. We lacked the camaraderie. You see how everybody was swarming to the ball? Like, even when we had some missed tackles, it was always somebody right there to take it down. You know what I'm saying? So we were swarming. I learned we gonna play an NFL style of game too. That was like an NFL style of game, right? Especially on the defense. So I learned that this team was gonna look different last year. We physical as hell, we violent as hell. We gonna be able to make adjustments. And our quarterback is ice cold. He got ice in his veins. I can see it in Miller Moss' eyes, right? It's something about Miller Moss. When the game on the line, I feel like he gonna be clutch. I feel like Miller Moss kind of got that Joe Burrow type vibe about him. Not saying he's that talented, but y'all see them throws he was making under duress. See, Garrett Nussmeier had a clean pocket. Miller Moss was under duress. So I learned we got a quarterback that's a gamer, a dog. He only need 3 seconds to pass. He was getting the ball out in 2.5 seconds. Last year, Caleb was getting out at 3.5. So we got a quarterback that only need 2.5 seconds. He's a gamer, he tough, and he clutch. That's what I learned. I learned when we going down to these seasons, when we got these close games, I'm going to feel comfortable because I know I got D'Anton Lynn, and he going to make adjustments. Any team going to have to beat us 2 or 3 different ways. Whatever way they think they finna coming in, beating us, that's working. I know we going to make adjustments, and I know our quarterback is going to stay calm and poised. I got a lot more to say. I don't want to talk too much. I know everybody got to know. I learned a lot. I can talk for like an hour about what I learned about this team.
Facts. But all right, Raul.
I'm gonna rephrase it. I'm gonna rephrase this word because we already knew this. So I'm gonna say what the nation learned is that we got Miller Moss. He's gonna be a field general. He's gonna be big time. He's gonna be the next great QB for USC. Now I can see it. Like Carter mentioned, he stepped up. He stayed in the pocket and make the throw and took the hit. He was not afraid. He's a gamer for sure. The nation learned that it wasn't a fluke for D'Anton Lynn's defense to be good, be elite out there. Now the nation was talking all this crap about us, about how this defense is soft and that the West Coast is soft. Well, guess what, nation? You guys learned that's not the case. We also learned that the offense is, they're not going to take a step back from last year. Yeah, it wasn't as flashy as last year, but, they still stepped up and they're going to continue to get better. And the nation's going to keep learning. So, we all knew this already about this team. Just a future reminder, I do have a future bet on the 7.5 wins on USC and then for them to make the playoffs. Yep. So best believe this team is going to make those playoffs. So that's what I think the nation learned because I think we all knew this already.
All right. Guns, what'd you learn? Where's Guns there?
I don't think he's there.
All right. We'll come back to him. Oh, yeah, B. Jones.
So, before I get started, at some point, man, the South gonna have to put some respect on the West, man. Especially considering that we that y'all only won 2 out of 13 games out here, or the record is 2-13. I mean, so at some point, y'all gonna have to kill that noise, man. Talking about we soft and all that. I mean, we prove it to you on the high school level. We prove it to you on the college level. I don't know what else you want, but just let me know. Matter of fact, y'all let me know what y'all want because we'll give it to you. Now, as far as what we learned, like I said earlier, man, it was more so just confirmation. I don't think we, at least for me, I didn't really learn anything other than, well, I will say the defense was better than I even expected. I'll give it the defensive line, I should say. One guy, real quick, one guy that we didn't mention that deserves some praise is Devon Tompkins, man. Y'all go back and watch that game. Y'all watch 98. Devon Tompkins is a guy, man.
Hell yeah.
And
Hell
I,
yeah.
I told y'all, man, there's gonna be some dudes that that was buried in the depth chart last year that's gonna surprise y'all. He is one of those dudes, man.
Yeah, it's hard not to miss him, honestly. I mean, dude's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
All right, Guns, your turn.
I started off Black Jen. I mean, I can go
Really?
again if you want me to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
We're
Sorry
still in the
about
third quarter. No, you're good. We're still in the third quarter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I started it off. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, we learned. I mean, I already knew this, but for the most part, everyone in the country learned that it was Alex Grinch's fault. If this was Alex Grinch last year, this probably would have been a blowout. Like,
100%.
not gonna lie, this would have been a blowout. If Alex Grinch was running this defense, I would have picked our team to lose. But Danton Lynn, he is not just a like everyone was like, oh, he was just a lucky defensive coordinator last year, and they didn't play any tough teams. And yeah, okay, now he didn't have his first round draft pick, Latu, and we still held our own. So yeah, like Danton Lynn is the real deal when it comes to defensive coordinators, and people need to realize it. And the moment that we beat them, that's when everyone started to talk about, oh, the defensive coaching hires and all that stuff. Like, we've been telling you guys this whole offseason, and now you want to look at it, and now you want to talk about it, and now you want to give Lincoln Riley credit. Shut up. Like, you guys clearly didn't do your research until the day of the game after we beat LSU. That's when you guys decide to, yeah, he made some great hires. Like, shut up. We've been telling you this whole time, and now you decide to recognize it. And then we learned that Benny Wiley is the real deal when it comes to strength and conditioning, because look what we just did. We out physical them. We out powered them. Like, we were knocking these guys off their feet. And that's what happens when we have when your strength and conditioning coach is told to actually gain weight and strength. So now you can see that we're physical because of all the strength that we've been putting on these guys. Last year, they didn't have the strength to be able to do it because they were focusing on speed, that they neglected their strength. So, of course, we're going to have issues with getting pushed off the line because we're not strong. And Benny Wiley got these guys strong, and they were tie or even pushing them back. So I never want to hear any Benny Wiley hate ever again. And if you do, you need to be in a mental institute at that point. And Lincoln Riley, he knows how to hire defensive coaches, because each and every one of these coaches really showed that they are earning their pay, because up and down both the defensive line to the secondary, they did their thing. So people need to realize that this is probably the best defensive staff in the nation right now. So,
yeah. And then Jeff Rodriguez mentioned it on the chat, but this defense was faster than last year's Speed D defense.
yeah,
Right.
And we were way bigger too.
we swarmed to the ball like we were piranhas. Like, if there's one of us, there's going to be multiple of us. Like, we were not. There were some single tackles, but for the most part, it was gang tackles all around. And so, I hope the world learned that when Lincoln Riley has a defense, it's scary.
Yeah, and I just love how they couldn't do the same thing against us. I remember when we had Grinch, the opposing offense, we were able to do the same thing to us. I watched Dalton Kincaid catch 17 catches, right?
Yep.
Grinch would have let Lacey go off like that.
Oh yeah.
He would have let Lacey go off like that. So I just want it's a breath of fresh air. And we do got the best coaching staff. It ain't close. It ain't close. Our defensive coaching staff, it ain't close. And I'll take our offensive coaching staff too with Lincoln Riley. Like every quarterback we gonna get, Lincoln Riley go do his thing. So I think we got the best coaching staff, offense and defense. And some people were saying that they feel like the LSU team got more NFL talent than we did, but we got better coaches. We outcoached them. I don't know about the talent thing, but I get what they saying. Everybody could see now, like, hold on, this USC coaching staff is the real deal.
Yep. Can I tell you something real quick? We only gonna get better.
Yep.
As great as we played that game, we are only gonna get better, man. That was game one. In our game,
I think we were like at 80% right there.
Exactly. And our game one mistakes were very minimal, man. Very easy fixes.
Yeah.
And what y'all think about Elijah Hughes? I'm surprised Elijah Hughes. I thought he was gonna get more snaps. I didn't really see him out there.
You know, we haven't really heard much about him this whole camp or nothing, man. So I was
seemed like Devin Thompson took his spot or something.
It seems that way. But I mean, it's a long season. We'll see.
Yeah, he gonna get in there. He gonna get in there.
There's one thing I want to look up here really quick because there was one thing that that really stuck out. Also, is that we were disciplined on defense. How many penalties did we have? Like defensive penalties? Like we we only had one. I think one defensive penalty or two. One defensive penalty. Wasn't that because of Jacoby Lane? I'm trying to go back to the box score.
No, that's offense. What
oh yeah, offense. Sorry. Wow.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I don't remember any on the.
We had an offsides. We had an offsides, I think, and then
I think we did have one. Yeah.
It was one of them. Only one I can remember was the offsides ones on defense.
But
I think we got a personal foul or.
Oh yeah, on
Lucas. Was it Lucas?
Yep, 6. Yep, I was on the extra point, I believe.
Okay.
You take that, but that's what I was saying, man. Our game one issues were very minimal.
Yeah, so we were 6 of 50 of our penalties, and then LSU was 10 of 99.
We had a delayed game too.
Yeah. No, did we? Okay.
Yep,
last year that would have been the opposite way, and it probably would have been more.
Last year they scored in the red zone every time. I seen the stat during the game. They said our defense got scored on 93% of the time in the red zone. I'm like, that was that was good, man. I seen that stat, and they showed Deanton Lynn with UCLA. They was like at 50.
Oh, and check this out. So for third down conversions on defense, I think we were 3 of 9 for them. No, sorry. No, they were 5 of 13. So they were 38% on third down conversions. That's insane. That would not have been like that last year. If people wanted to go for it on third down, or they would have made a third down, even if it was like 3rd and 15, 3rd and 29. Like last year when we played Utah, and we really needed to stop, and they were like 3rd and like 18. The pig farmer ran for 25 yards on us. So this defense knows what they're doing because of the obnoxious communication and the way that Danton Lynn instilled this defense. They know what they're doing.
They attacking, man. What I seen, they wasn't thinking out there. Everybody knew their assignments. They was doing it. They was playing it fast. They trust the teammate that was next to them. They didn't try to make extra plays. It just looked beautiful out there. With just the confidence they played with. Comparing, just looking at the team from last year. Come on now, man. Like these coaches, just like I said, I'm excited to see Michigan versus Texas. I need to see how Michigan look versus a good team.
Right.
Right. if we win that Michigan game, our recruiting y'all know our stock already rising since we won that LSU game, right? You know, Jakeem Stewart retweeted like 10 posts about USC. He retweeted the score. He retweeted the catch. He retweeted the post game videos. He retweeted other players' tweets about USC. Bryce Perry Wright, another big time defensive lineman. He retweeted and said, "Coach Henny is like, man, I'm on Twitter. These kids, Jakeem Stewart, I think he in the bag." And he said he got 2 big announcements to make this week. And I'm thinking he gonna announce that he gonna reclassify and then he gonna go to SC. But y'all go to his Twitter. It's full of. He even retweeted Dave Emmerich. He even retweeted Dave Emmerich. You would think he was a USC fan. He didn't retweet nothing about LSU, not even during the game, right? His retweets was all about USC.
That's true.
And even if other players tweeted anything about USC, he was retweeting that.
Yeah, supposedly also rumors, Carter, that he'll reclassify. That I think that's probably a given. I feel like, but yeah, it's that. But supposedly it could be maybe he's going to IMG. Maybe there's some issues with his current school with the reclassification. Supposedly,
okay.
So that was something that's on our boards as well out there. So, but yeah, it definitely sounds like he's going to be reclassified, and that's his big thing.
All right. Let's move forward then. Here, we can go on for hours about this, so we gotta make sure this show doesn't go on for that long. So, let's move on to the fourth quarter. AP/coaches poll reactions. So USC jumped 10 spots to number 13 in the AP poll. Wait, are we 14 in the coaches poll? I can't remember.
Coaches, I think we're 14, and then AP 13. I think we're like right by each other.
Okay,
on both.
But the one that really anyone cares about for right now is the AP poll. But so, what's your guys' thoughts on that? We'll start with B. Jones.
As far as the AP poll, that's about where I was expected to be. You know, so it wasn't a big surprise there. So I was happy to see that they actually made sense as far as when it comes to us. You know, they usually do us, but what I was more happy to see was Oregon dropped 7 spots.
Yeah, because they played Idaho and didn't do shit.
Right, and they're looking real suspect right now. So we'll see what happens this weekend. But you know, we might see some flips going. Coming from Eugene.
Do you think this is an appropriate spot for us, or do you think we should be top 10 like a lot of the fan base think?
I mean,
I would say if we were ranked any higher to begin the season, then of course it would be a top 10 right now. Yeah, the issue is, you know, they put us at 25, so you know, jumping 10 spots was more than enough to them. You know what I mean? Considering.
Yeah. All right, Raul.
You know, piggyback on B. Jones' statement there. I do think that, you know, we're in a good spot, 13, preferably be in the top 10. I do think our team deserves it. But I mean, I understand that, you know, some of these rankings do go play into last year's, and obviously last year we did terrible. So, you know, I like where we're at. I'll let the nation keep underestimating us. We're going to prove them wrong. And then Oregon, all that hype, and they nearly lost to an FCS team.
Yeah, it was like they were up by 3 points going to the half, right?
No, it was worse. I think it was in the fourth quarter. It was pretty close. There was like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter or something like that, and it was like they were up barely by like 3 points. So, yeah, I mean, people keep hyping up Oregon. You'll soon will learn that they're like the Clippers. They end up choking when it matters the most. I'm just saying.
Why are you taking shots at B. Jones?
Yeah, he's not a Clipper fan anymore, man. It's all right.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He entered the transfer portal. I forgot about that. All right, Guns. Thoughts
Yeah, I mean, from our standpoint, I think it's perfect that we're 13. I think we deserve to be at least top 15. And I think throughout this season we're going to be a top 10 team. So really have no issue kind of from that standpoint if not being a top 10 team right now. Others, yeah, I mean Oregon, they deserve to slide. I'm actually surprised that they actually slid. Would have anticipated maybe sliding like 2 spots, but they slid like 7, so that was surprising to me. So good to see that there are actually some experts out there that do the AP polls and all that ranking stuff. Um, I mean, other than that, nothing really kind of caught me off guard. I didn't think LSU was going to slide far. So at the end of the day, as long as we're ahead of them, that makes sense to me. So
Yep. Carter.
Man, when I seen the poll, I was thinking like they lazy, bro. It's a lazy poll because we got LSU spot. It's like, okay, y'all beat LSU who was 13, so we gonna give y'all 13. I'm like, who is doing this? Kids? Like, that's the first thing I thought, man. Like, the AP poll is trash. All these polls is trash, man. And then for real, like, that's just so kiddie. Like, okay, we 13. Like, get out of here. I think we should be top 10. So I feel like it's lazy for them to just throw us at 13 because LSU was. And then Oregon, I want them to keep Oregon high. Don't drop Oregon because I feel like Oregon, they struggle with success when the spotlight's on them. I want Oregon to be out there. I want Oregon ranked number 2. You feel me? Because I feel like the bigger they is, the harder they gonna fall. So they should have kept Oregon up there. They won the game. Who cares that they barely won? Keep them up there so when they play them big games, the other teams be ready. And I just like Oregon High. I feel like they crumble under pressure when the spotlight on them and when you expecting them. Because remember, everybody this year like, oh, I think this is gonna be Oregon year. Some teams pick for Oregon to win the Big Ten. Then watch they fall on their face. So that's the only thing I was thinking. Like, nah, man, keep Oregon high so they could fall on their face. And it was lazy to 13. So I feel like they being lazy with us too. Like they don't want to give us like our fair rankings. First they start off us at 23 and then they give us the ranking of the team we just beat. Like stop being lazy with us, man.
Question for you though, Carter, Question for you though. Who would you kick out of the top 10 for us to be in the top 10? Because right now Georgia's number 1, Ohio State's 2, Texas is 3, Alabama's 4, Notre Dame's 5, Ole Miss is 6, Oregon 7, Penn State is 8, Missouri is 9, Michigan is 10.
Well, I'm gonna sound like realistically, I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite right now. But I would kick out Oregon because we look better than Oregon. To be real. That just killed everything I just said. But
you're right. But you are right.
Where was that same energy, Carter? Come on.
No, but he's right though. If he's talking with his brain, Oregon doesn't deserve to be there, realistically. But he has a point. Oregon does choke under pressure when the spotlight's on them. They're not used to it. So he makes sense. But no, it's gonna be a great season when we see all those Oregon fans crying at the end.
Yep.
It's like those. It's like it's the most saddest thing you can see. You see those Clipper fans. They have all this hype, this championship year, and at the end of the day, they get heartbroken every year. So it's gonna be the same thing for Oregon fans this year. It's nothing's changed, and you guys aren't a blue blood. We are.
That's another thing, man. They try to claim their blue blood, name themselves the team out west. Ain't nobody calling y'all that, but y'all. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I don't get it. If anything, I may take out Missouri, but I know because they lost their defensive coordinator to Louisville, not Louisville, LSU. So I don't know, but I'm happy with us being at 13. I'm perfectly fine with that. It still gives us room, and it's going to be interesting. because I don't think Michigan's going to win against Texas, but we need them to win because then it'll be just that much better for us. Because if Texas loses to them, I hope they lose to maybe them by like 3 points, but they have a walk-on quarterback that's starting right now. So it's going to be an interesting game. And I think we're going to learn a lot from this Texas-Michigan game on how USC is going to win this one against them. We're going to learn a lot from it. But I guess I'm rooting for Michigan over Texas. But yeah, I think we're good at 3. And Oregon, keep them in the top 10. I'm fine with that. I just can't wait for their downfall when it comes because it's going to happen. Because I don't think they're going to beat Ohio State. I want them to stay where they're at and then get humiliated. Like I'm waiting for that. But they kind of already did get humiliated by beating Idaho by 10 points. So that's already humiliation in itself. But keep them where they're at. Make sure that they feel nice and good until they get destroyed.
Boise State, don't they play Boise State next?
Yeah.
Yep.
Where at?
It's going to be at Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys know that Boise State's undefeated against Oregon?
Yep. And they got so mad that one of their LeGarrette Blount had to punch one of their players.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
They a soft mental program. They soft mentally.
Yeah. All they know how to talk with is what's his name? Phil Knight's checkbook.
Yep.
They can't back anything up. Like all they say is like, oh yeah, we got all these recruits. But what have you done with these recruits?
Yeah,
like
all-season
you're not getting
champion.
anything out of them. What happened to Evan Stewart? Like he didn't even have any receptions in that last game. He was supposed to be their second best wide receiver. Where was he?
He supposed to be killing like how Jeremiah Smith killed Akron. Like when you face lower competition like that, your skill players supposed to eat. They supposed to make it. It's supposed to be pitch and catch. Like watch what we do against Utah State. Every Miller Moss probably throw like 5 TDs.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
Dylan Gabriel had so many yards, but they only had what 7. How many points did they score? 24 points. Like he had like over 400 yards passing, and he had it just shows that they were they were just like really short yard passes. Like he was not spreading the ball anywhere. So I've just
he was dinking
Dylan
and
Gabriel is
dunking.
not dipping and dunking. Like Dylan Gabriel is not the answer for you guys.
Nah, how many yards passing he had?
Like 400 something.
And he had 41 completions though.
Yeah.
Right. But I seen the stat. He was only averaging like 7 air yards. So the furthest he was throwing the ball down the field on average was 7. Right. So
Yeah.
I think he's a lesser version of Bo Nix.
Exactly.
Like Bo Nix is dink and dunk, but every now and then he gonna hit you over the top.
Okay. So
I don't know about
this is what Dylan Gabriel had. So I think Miller Moss had more yards than Dylan Gabriel with lesser attempts. So Dylan Gabriel was 41 for 49 for 380 yards. That tells you he wasn't pushing the ball downfield. He threw 49 times and barely made it as much as Miller Moss. That's just sad.
Yeah, Miller Moss led everybody. I think I seen the stat. Miller Moss led all the quarterbacks when it come to like 20-yard completions down the field. I think he had like 5 of them.
And he played better competition.
Yep.
Exactly. But I don't think, forget Oregon, we ain't got to worry about them. If we just handle our schedule set up to where ain't nobody could keep us out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody could keep us. And they was counting this LSU game as a loss for us. So if we just split the rest of the games, let's say who we got that's tough, Penn State, Notre Dame,
and both of them are at home. So I feel good that we can pull out both of those victories, not just one.
And say if we just split it, and we handle our business with everything we favored, that's still only one loss, right? And then the Michigan game, they say if we even lose that one, that's still only 2 losses. If we end the season with 2 losses, we gonna be in the playoffs. So that's all I care about.
Yep. I would have to agree.
SC for Life did bring up something big. Miller Moss was Big Ten Player of the Week.
As he should.
Hey, I like the Big Ten Network. They be kind of low-key glazing us.
Yeah, they did. They show love for sure. More love than Pac-12.
Y'all see all them Big Ten network guys going up to USC after the game, shaking all the coaches' hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
They know the potential. They know.
Exactly. And it makes sense for them to want USC to do well, man. You know, we got the large market out here, so it's better for them when we do well.
Yes, sir. We're going to represent.
All right.
What else we
Where the
got?
receipts at, man?
Yeah, I was going to say, Ken, you still in the chat? This is what you were waiting for.
It's that time, everybody. As you guys know, prior to this week, there's actually the whole offseason. There's a lot of garbage, a lot of smut being put on Lincoln Riley's name. Just a whole bunch of just real garbage, man, being talked about as far as our Trojans, man. So, of course, we got some receipts. It's time to cash them in, man. Time to check up on these LSU dudes, make sure they all right after this loss, you know, and after all that trash they was talking.
Well, let's see how T-Bob felt after this loss that they had. So T-Bob, just if anyone didn't know, he was saying that California in a whole is soft. So let's see how he reacted to the loss against USC. So we'll do this here.
All
All
right.
right. I might have to turn this down. So if anyone doesn't like any adult language, you might want to cover yours for this.
Hey, again.
This was after the game too.
Fuck me in the dick. You tell me who all weekend. I draw the line at 5. You may give me 4, but you won't give me 5. And yet here we fucking sit again. Prematurely coming at the end of the season after a fucking off-season event. I'm tired. I'm fucking fed up. I want to play this Citadel. I'm done. I'm done with these big first games. I'm fucking done. Fuck.
We should be a big pussy program like Alabama and play South Alabama or some shit. Western Kentucky, wherever they play.
Citadel.
Yep, play the Citadel. Run out there like fucking South Carolina and with your quarterback with the fucking glasses who threw for like 6 yards and win a game because you play nobody.
Oh my fucking bro! Oh my god, dude! Oh my god! There's a lot to break down this game, and honestly,
Yeah, that's ASMR for me right there.
But he said we were soft, though, right?
That was guts, bro. I didn't see that.
I can listen to that all day.
But he said we were soft, and that the West Coast people were soft. If only we were tough, right?
Hey, but I respect dude because he came back and said, "Hey, you know what? USC was more physical than us."
Yeah, I'll give him that. He did.
He kept the same.
He crow.
Yeah, he ate his crow. He ate his crow.
Yeah,
Unlike Paul Feinbaum.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, man. Now all of a sudden LSU is a sixth-place SEC team. Right?
The
After
sixth best team now. Why was
after
they
he
ranked 13th then?
Yeah, after
Right.
he was saying, "Oh yeah, Lincoln Riley's a trash head coach," and then and Brian Kelly is a good coach. He's done good things and all that stuff. And then after that, he's like, "Oh yeah, they're bottom. They won't even make the SEC, or they won't even make the playoffs if they're like the 6th best team in the SEC." Shut up, dude. And here's another. This guy's he's a decent sized streamer, and he was talking about mad shit. about USC. But let's see. Like this is right once. Okay, a little background behind this guy. He the only reason why he doesn't like USC is because he was with a girl that was a huge USC fan, and apparently he even told this story on his stream that when they were having adult interactions, she started screaming another guy's name from SC. So that's his reason why he doesn't like SC is because a girl traumatized him because he wasn't doing it for her in bed. So, all right.
Wow.
Wow.
Sing
I
right
didn't
now.
know that one.
Fuck USC. Fuck USC. Fucking Trojans, fucking condoms. We don't do condoms. We fuck raw. Fuck USC. Fuck that bitch too. Fuck the whole team. Fuck USC. Fuck. Bum ass school, bro. Fuck USC. Trojans. Imagine a grown man playing football calling himself a Trojan. Fuck USC. Fuck Southern California. Fuck it all. You fucking kidding me? Fuck the refs too. Yeah, I just spit on my fucking camera, bro.
He ended the stream right then and there because of that.
It sounded like he was about to say, if you want to be down with USC, then F you in too.
Well, like, okay, this guy's an idiot. He's a moron too, because the moment that he was saying that when that girl was screaming the other guy, he was like, she was trying to turn me gay. Bro, the heck? That's not how shit works.
What?
Yeah. Like I watched his whole stream when he was reacting to this. This dude said that that targeting on Kyron Hudson wasn't targeting.
They all did, man. I can tell you, I was sitting by a bunch of LSU fans, and they were all like, "That's not targeting." I even played a replay back on my phone, slowed it down for them.
Yeah, they're saying he was saying
still try
that
to
he
claim
led
it
with his
first.
shoulder or whatever, and then he said that catch by Jacoby Lane, the one where he was fading back and he caught it. It wasn't the touchdown, but the other one that when Miller Moss was under duress, he said that he dropped it, and that they didn't replay it because they didn't want to show that he dropped it. The dude is the biggest conspiracy theorist I've ever seen when it came to all these plays from USC. And it was just mind-boggling from how
They
delusional
did
that
review
man.
that catch though.
Yeah, they did.
Hey,
But
They went to commercial.
he
break.
wasn't even watching the game live. He was just watching the highlights.
Oh, okay.
hey,
Weird.
Carter, I have a question for you. Where are all those LSU haters at? Or LSU fans, the ones hating?
No, where are they?
We told them to be here to keep that same energy.
Yeah, nah,
Same
they
thing happened to those fans out there.
Were you,
Thursday.
when you went
Probably-
live? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Thursday, like you said, they were full of LSU fans, right? They were saying
Yeah.
the Uber drivers and all that in Vegas. When I got there Saturday, full of LSU fans, see them all over restaurants, talking all their crap, saying that it was gonna be a long day for us. Come Sunday after the game, you know those dogs when they get scared and they put their tail inside their inside. That's how the LSU fans were walking over that tunnel or that bridge. Not saying a word. Gunner was over here punking 2 or 3. I felt bad for them. They said West Coast guys are soft, but Gunner over here punking them.
guys had to let them know.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Gunner, just take it easy on them. They're not used to this. But and then come Monday, I was excited. I was like, all right, I'm going to check out from the hotel. I'm going to see all these purple shirts because I saw them throughout the week talking all that crap. Hardly any. You couldn't see them. You couldn't find them. You couldn't say anything. It's like they disappeared from Vegas completely. But like I said, keep that energy, LSU fans. We told you guys, keep that same energy. Not one of you guys are in here.
Yeah.
Where are you guys at?
Yeah. Carter, when you went live after the game, did they even show up? Because I remember some of the guys who said, oh, yeah, we'll be here after the game. Were they there?
Man, nah, only that man. They was nowhere to be found. I think one dude showed up.
Did he give us props or did he just?
he didn't have the same energy, but he came. He was like, good game. Like he felt like it was positive talk. Like both teams gonna be good. He put some respect on our name.
Yeah,
It
and
was one of them humble fans. Those one of them fans that was like they learned something about their team. They didn't know what to expect from their team either. He was realistic. He knew
yeah,
Jaden Daniels had left the defense. So, but nah, they didn't have that same energy, bro.
yeah.
They still quiet. I'm telling you, I retweeted like at least like 20 tweets. Retweeted it, posted it, right? Come back to it. Where your ass at, boy? I'm hitting everybody. I'm trying to be like lightweight disrespectful to get them to say something, right? They ain't even saying nothing. Like they didn't say nothing. Out of like 20 tweets I reposted and retweeted, only one said something. So LSU fans, they whack. They whack for that.
Oh yeah, like what was it? I forgot what I was about to say, but like they did not have that same energy, and like it was they had nothing else to say. They just ran and tucked their tails between their legs and just dipped out.
Yeah.
But this I'm not going to play this whole video here, but this guy Harris Highlights, he does a lot of college football stuff, and he said that LSU was going to run us out of the stadium and all that stuff, and as you can see, it says I was wrong about USC. So let's get into this.
Was my thoughts on USC. Now, if you watched any of my videos from the offseason, you would have known where I stood on this Trojans team entering the 2024 season. Spoiler alert, I didn't think they would be all that good. And spoiler alert, I was really, really wrong on them. Before we get to today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel, if you're watching this channel. So make Trojans for all my life. It's one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. Having watched and followed the Trojans for all my
Real
life,
talk, though,
last year was probably one of the
subscribe
more
to his channel. He
disappointing
does some
seasons
good
that I
stuff.
can remember for them. They had national championship aspirations, and instead, they were playing in the San Diego Holiday Bowl. Entering the 2024 season, they were losing former Heisman and #1 overall pick Caleb Williams. So, of course, I thought they were going to be a lot worse than they were last year. There was a lot of hype surrounding this USC team all offseason, and they were in the top 25 AP poll to begin the season. Again, I talked about it a couple weeks ago, saying that USC had no business being ranked inside the top 25, and that week 1 would probably be their only week inside the top 25. They had a downgraded quarterback. I didn't know how their offense was going to look, and their defense, which was one of the worst in all of college football last year, was probably going to suck again in 2024. Well, all it took was 1 week for me to be proven wrong. On Sunday, USC pulled off the upset as they took down number 13 LSU, winning 27-20. Now, this is already the best game of the college football season, and I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the year, this is still
pretty much this guy ate
at least
crow.
in the top 3 to 5.
Right?
I'm pretty sure I'm on record saying that LSU was going to blow USC out of the water and that the Trojans didn't stand a chance in this game. So with how harsh I was on the Trojans all off season and entering this game, I have to come out and issue an apology and admit that I was wrong on this team. Now, USC surprised me on both sides of the ball, but I'm going to start on offense because I did not think Miller Moss was this good of a quarterback. We saw what he did to Louisville in the Holiday Bowl last year, but that was a bowl game. A lot of starters weren't playing. You can't really put too much stock into that game. Well, against LSU in his first major start, Miller Moss threw for just under 400 yards while completing 27 of 36 passes. He looks like a veteran quarterback out there, not a guy that has very little experience under his belt. I mean, there were points during the offseason I wasn't even sure if he was going to win the quarterback job. I mean, if you just look at his last 2 games that he started, he's thrown for, 800 yards and like 6 or 7 touchdowns. That's a pretty solid 2-game sample size. So if this is the kind of quarterback that USC is going to be getting for 2024, I think they're in really good hands because Miller Moss looked like one of the 5 to 10 best quarterbacks in all of college football this weekend. So although Miller Moss really impressed me, I think my biggest takeaway was USC's defense. Now, if you look at the box score, you probably won't be all that impressed. They did allow 22 first downs, and they allowed over 420 yards of offense. But there were numerous times in this game in which USC's defense stepped up and made the big plays when they needed to. I mean, if you watched USC at all last year, that was one of the worst defenses in all of college football, and whoever they were playing, well, they did whatever they wanted against USC. Whether it was running the ball, whether it was throwing the ball, whatever it may be, any offense that was facing this defense last year had whatever they wanted. And that wasn't the case this past weekend. Now, I get it. LSU's team isn't quite the team it was last season. They did lose a lot of talent. They lost their Heisman winning quarterback. They lost a couple of really talented wide receivers, but this is still a really, really solid LSU Tigers team. And yet, USC's defense made a number of big time plays, and ultimately, that's what won them the game. Miller Moss throwing for 400 yards was sure great, but USC's ability to hold this LSU offense to only 20 points, that's absolutely crazy. I mean, the over-under in this game was 67 points for a reason. People thought that LSU was going to hang at least.
I'll stop it there. But
Thanks.
yeah, a lot of people like this guy. He's an ASU fan, so take that with a grain of salt for that. Yeah, I don't.
Sounds like to me that he's just a casual who makes good highlight videos.
No, he does a lot of he covers a lot of stuff. So I'm not saying that he's bad. Like he just was listening to a lot of the fine ball stuff, but he does a lot of good stuff. So I'm not going to say anything bad about him. It's just he was wrong, and everyone is going to be wrong every once in a while. So it's fine.
He was following the national narrative about USC.
Yep.
Like, do your homework. Like, you can't be out here talking trash and you don't do your homework about a team, right? If you did your homework about us, I wouldn't say you would expect our defense to be lights out like it was, but you should have expected improvement on our defense if you know football, right? Eric Henderson, NFL champion. We all know his resume. Matt Entz, he won 5-6 championships down with North Dakota State. Doug Belk sent 5 DBs, or was it 4 DBs, to the NFL out of Houston, right? So if you do your homework, a quick study, you should know we was upgraded this year. So I don't have no mercy on them. I don't care what you do. If you're gonna speak on nothing, do your homework.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, and last one here. This is going to be T-Bob again. Just him putting respect on USC's name here. Let's see.
I came away. LSU did not lose that game. USC won that game. I came away impressed first and foremost with the physicality of USC's team. This was an LSU offensive line that we expected to be dominant, and they were not. I can think in my head about 4 to 5 times that USC hit an LSU ball carrier and noticeably drove him backwards, popped him backwards. I cannot think of one instance of LSU doing the same to USC. So I thought there were worlds out there where LSU would lose this game because they would be outskilled. And to be clear, I think you could see the deficiency between that LSU secondary and the USC weapons. But ultimately, I think LSU lost this game because they got out physical. USC punched him in the mouth, and Miller Moss was great. And in the moments when he had to have it, his ability to turn it on and find the plays where his counterpart, Garrett Nussmeier, who was great for the most part, but in the highest leverage moments, Moss found the plays, Nussmeier did not. USC's O-line cleared the holes, LSU's did not. You can't talk to me about wanting to run the ball and how you're going to run the ball, and then you don't get a 3rd and 1 with the game on the line, or Nussmeier in that throw to the flats to extend a drive with the lead at the end that could maybe he spikes it into the ground. So very impressed with USC overall. And here is my week 1 overreaction of the weekend, Aaron Murray. USC looks more Big Ten ready than does Oregon. After an entire offseason of shit talk, the USC Trojans by far looked more Big Ten ready than did the Oregon Ducks.
I wish we knew what else he said after that, but I kind of figured he was just going to say that we're better than the Ducks. So.
Yeah, but I gotta respect that though. Hey, just like I was saying, if you was asking me who was going out of the top 10, it would be the Ducks.
Yep.
The game is played on the field, man, not on paper.
Yep. Not with just handing out bags of money. You actually have to coach. clearly Oregon's not getting coached up right because they have all these 5 stars that they still right under our noses because they were able to give them the bag, and they did not produce at all.
Hey, the other dude though, he looked like he still wanted to hate on us. The other dude,
That's Aaron Murray. That's their old quarterback. That's
Georgia.
Georgia's quarterback that they had.
Yeah, he didn't want to show us no. I could tell by looking at his face. He still doubt us. But that's great though. That's the best thing about being USC fans, because we got so many haters. So when we win, there's so many people we can rub it in their face, see their reaction, laugh at it, see them yell, scream, curse their team out. I love it. Keep hating. I like being the villain.
So Slap Happy says that Murray spoke well of us. So okay, that's good. As long as he did that, that's all that matters. But I don't know. I'm going to come out with a video hopefully tomorrow if I can finish it tonight. Just everything, even the Paul Feinbaum kind of stuff. So,
Hey Carter, did they ever get back to you?
Not really. Nah, they didn't have. Nah, they didn't have. They probably watching right now, bro. They just ain't saying nothing.
Ooh.
The LSU, I know they watching. They probably just ain't saying that. They gotta be watching. I know they is. Because remember the last time we went live, they was on here talking trash. Like, yeah, we gonna come back after the game. I remember Raul was telling them like, "Hey, man, just make sure y'all come back after the game." Where they at?
He told them to keep that energy, but they didn't.
Right.
All right, I think we've had enough therapy. Not therapy, just
celebrating. We celebrating over here.
Yeah. Because this, I just need my voice to come back.
Quick prediction: what y'all think about the Utah State game?
Oh yeah, that's tomorrow's show.
Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that reminds us.
Stay tuned for that. Yep.
Sorry, we're going to be having a quick turnaround. We're going to come back tomorrow at 8 or 6:30 Pacific. Yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow with our updates.
It's going to be the Utah State versus USC pregame.
We need revenge on the pig farmer.
Yeah, and then Slap Happy brought it up before I forget. This would have happened. The same thing would have happened back in 2003, LSU versus USC.
Absolutely.
But for all of you LSU fans, I always say you guys can suck it.
That's right.
Yeah. So if you wanted some idea of how how this weekend's game is going to go, we did do a simulation on CFB 25 right here on the channel. You can check it out if you want. It pretty much went the same way I think it's going to go Saturday. So
we're not going to sleep. We don't sleep on any team. We're taking it one game at a time. We can sleep on them, but the team can't. Okay, because I'm sure that the coaches are going to make sure that they're in the right headspace. That we're not looking forward to Michigan. That we're going to get the job done.
Utah State, they got some skilled players though.
No, they do. They do.
Their quarterback can run. We know all about that.
Well, that quarterback better be ready. I know some of these defensive players are going to be ready.
They remember him.
But everybody, join us tomorrow. We're about to end the show here. It's been an hour and a half now. We appreciate all of you guys that showed up. Carter, again, always a pleasure having you. Got to do this more often.
Absolutely.
For sure. And everybody that's watching on my channel, y'all already know what it is, man. Subscribe to both channels. Make sure y'all hit that like. Go rewatch this back on their channel. You know what I'm saying? Let my boys get some views. We got to get them up to 1,000 subs, man.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Y'all about to get it. Season going, y'all about to get it.
Yeah, we better.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I think that's gonna do it for us. Tune back into us tomorrow, man. We'll be here at 6:30.
Fight on, guys.
Fight on.